Good morning and welcome to FSPA.
We're here at the Convention Center of the Wyndham Resort in Orlando, where broadcast and journalism students are taking flight in their interests.
On this special broadcast, we'll be taking a look at how this year's convention is preparing students for the future and how one student is progressing through her passion. I'm Jason.
And I'm Lexi.
And for the Florida Scholastic Press Association, this is CTV.
In this convention, students are exposed to many different experiences,
some of which can be more stressful than others. During the competition, students are able to collaborate and create pieces that showcase their skills to judges. But despite this stressful event, seminars are also offered to give students insight on the industry. Overall, the FSPA convention has given young journalists and reporters alike the opportunity to express themselves through a great learning experience. The FSPA convention also has hundreds of students from all over the state who pursue similar paths. For me, just being here has prepared me for my future in many ways.
Me too. The rush of competition really highlights what all of these students are here for, but one in particular stands out as her enthusiasm for journalism fuels her future.
In a convention hall overflowing with cameras and competition, one familiar face seems to stand out from the crowd, FSPA State Chairwoman Grace King. Here, we're witnessing her soar into success.
The first experience I had with FSPA was districts in 2012, and it was amazing. I realized that's where I want to be a journalist, and it just kind of all clicked. And that year I got first place for video photojournalism, and I was like, hey, I'm kind of good at this. I really like this.
She sets her goals and she follows through with them. So I remember her telling me sophomore year this is what she wanted to do, and so she went ahead and worked her way to being chairwoman of this convention. So it must be amazing for her to see 1,300 kids walking around.
I think that my successes at FSPA, from networking with professionals, learning what to do, and then getting all Florida's best of the best, like winning those top awards from what I've learned here, really helped put me in a position where other people are like, yeah, she's a leader in our district, she knows what she's doing to be elected district rep. And then from there, I was on the staff for the convention last year, I worked really hard, and they picked me to be chairwoman this year, which was really exciting.
The Florida Scholastic Press Association has served as a launchpad for the flight path of King's future.
Because of FSPA and the experiences I've had, I've been able to build up quite a resume around that, whether it's just saying that like you're chairwoman of your state's journalism organization, or that you've won these awards in your state, and even from like the things I've learned at states that have helped me take that to nationals, like all of that like helps build up your resume. And I actually wrote my essays for college about my passion in journalism and how journalism is what I want to do in the future.
She's going to be producing all of us one day.
Watch the skies, because we're about to see Grace King's journalism career take flight. Reporting for FSPA, I'm Yarden Ben-David.
The devotion in this center is tangible as these young journalists rush toward what lies ahead.
But the driving force behind this dedication lies right in the conference lobby. During the rush of competition, students aren't the only ones excelling. This year's sponsors have helped to motivate students by introducing the many career paths they can take.
I think there's a lot more collaboration this year, and I think that I'm seeing more students reach further and take a different direction with what they're doing with each other. So I think the spirit is taken off to a better direction.
Wow, the state convention has really delivered this year by showing how to excel in the communications field.
When we return, we'll look at other things to do here at the Wyndham Resort. But first, these quick announcements.
In the hustle of the heat-in competition, over hundreds of students are running back and forth to get that perfect shot. But between capturing the moment and making deadline, students still find the need to escape.
I go to the gym because when you lift weights, it gets away from home. Like, you got stress on you, whatever like that. So when I play basketball, when I'm on the court, like, everything that's on my mind is like away. And the same thing when I'm in the weight room. All the stuff that I think about that like affects my life, when I go to the weight room, it doesn't affect me.
In the heat of competing, it can be stressful, but coming to the gym here at the Wyndham Orlando Resort, it relaxes the minds and bodies of many students who are competing.
Exercising helps me feel like I've accomplished something, Like, let's say, for example, I had a bad day. When I finish exercising, it helps me forget about what happened that day that, wasn't good.
It takes my mind off of stuff, and it's relief. It feels like you kind of accomplished something after, like, all this hard work throughout the day. You come to the gym and get the relief off.
Although it's crucial for students to focus when competing, it's very important for them to maintain health while traveling. For CTV Sports, this has been Anna Villalonga reporting.
This convention never seems to be lacking in excitement.
Let's go to Leanne with the story.
3, 2, 1, let them fly!
After a long night of competing and a quick opening ceremonies, most student journalists went to rest. But when the convention hall emptied, the few who stayed alleviated the stress of competing with a soaring paper airplane challenge.
I think people really did enjoy the paper airplane challenge, especially with like the crowd cheering them on and when it was really race time. I mean, folding it and everything was fun, but when they actually got into the heat of it, people get competitive, and I think they really enjoyed that.
Mine's winning.
Even though the challenge was simple, the paper airplane participants built strong teams and even stronger friendships.
Schools definitely came together. With the paper airplanes, I think that really did a good job of taking a competition and really like bringing people together because they had like something to cheer for and they had something to do. That's not a contest. It wasn't work, it was more play.
And the winner of the first annual Take Flight Challenge, LT!
It was great. I love how FSPA was able to incorporate this into their Take Flight theme. I think it was a great way to incorporate it. And I met a few people. They were really nice, fun. They were from different schools. It was a really good experience.
With this game, it really physically showed how we take flight from this place and we soar onto new things. And as they're doing the game, they don't really see that, but it kind of represents much more than it actually was.
Although many stayed in to edit tonight, some of us physically took flight. For CTV Entertainment, this has been Leanne Chang-Valentis.
Thanks for joining us on this special edition of CTV. We explored the many events that FSPA provided, as well as the unique aspects of the Wyndham Resort. For the Florida Scholastic Press Association, I'm Lexi.
And I'm Jason, and we hope to see you around the convention.